Hold on, YouTube's gotta catch up here. I see the ring, I think. Well, it's good that your dog is spoiled. Yeah, that is pretty bad. Oh. Alrighty. Looking like we're up. Alrighty. Looking like we're up. Alrighty. Looking like we're up. Okay, we're gonna turn that volume down. What's going on, everybody? We're back! Had a little bit of server glitch go on with the game for a little bit. Got in the way of doing a couple of races, but fortunately we're back live again. Wasn't able to make it to Daytona, but we are here now, getting ready to go racing at Las Vegas here for the Air Racing League. Just now waiting on everybody to get into the lobby. A lot of new names in this next season. Tristan Dobbs comes in with a number 9 this time. No 19mm, last season's points winner. BDR JFK's Cranium got I believe he did get the win at Daytona. I don't know. I have to double check that real quick, but right now I'm just trying to get my phone plugged in so that way it don't die on me. But yep, today we are racing at Las Vegas. A long race, 134 laps. Everybody expressing caution in the driver's meeting and that the race cannot be won on lap number 1. So hopefully the warnings are adhered to, and we will have 9 drivers in the field today and 9 drivers when the race is over. But right now we're getting some of the standings right now. No Season 2 standings yet, but I can get to last week's. I'm trying to get to last week's. Yeah, okay, so I was right. BDR JFK's Cranium did win the season opener at Daytona, and what was a very nice back and forth race. Sorry for the long pause there. Of course, it is just me here. I'm just waiting for the room to go unpaused. There we go. The race will start. 30-second countdown now beginning for the 9 drivers. Right now it will be BDR Tristan Dobbs sitting on the pole. Starting second will be Bulleye driving in the number 1. He will be on the outside pole. Sir Gillians will start third. Mudweiser, starts in 4th. Rounding out the top 5 will be BDR JFK's Cranium, looking to keep that hot streak going after the win at Daytona. And we will be very interested to see how that all turns out as we wait for the countdown. I have no idea what the countdown is right now. They are loading into the game. And after a long awaited, we are getting ready to go racing again NASCAR Heat 5. A lot of leagues got disbanded, definitely. A lot of people still not trusting yet of the servers, but this did happen last year. They did have to restart the Xbox servers due to some similar circumstances, but we're racing now. Green flag is out in Las Vegas, and look at the run Tristan Dobbs gets. Bullseye. Getting passed by the 19 of Sir Gillians to the inside. A drafting course this could be. The draft playing a factor here at Las Vegas, so expect a lot of pack-like racing here going down the straightaways and into the corners. Right now, Tristan Dobbs is your race leader. The one, a Bullseye looking to get back into third. Behind the three, he's riding that high line of JFK's Cranium, seeing that the outside line can work, staying in the draft of the leaders and getting the run. And now the 12 of Mudweiser looking to insert his name into the fight for the top 5. And now we have a battle for the lead. Tristan Dobbs and Sir Gillians. Tristan Dobbs rocking the Mountain Dew 9 scheme. Beautiful car. And they're side by side. They were coming out of the corner, but the outside run prevails as they come out of 2. And look at the fight going on behind him. Mudweiser in the 12, the 1 to the inside. Here comes the 24 of JRC Indy. And now here comes the 7. G27 Purple. They're 3 wide out of 2. Down the backstretch. The 12 going to get the run, leaving the 24 and the 7 to fight it amongst themselves. 7 backs out. Already bumped enough bumpers once. Meanwhile, the fight for the lead continues up ahead of these guys. Sir Gillians and Tristan Dobbs breaking away from the hard-fighting pack behind them. Sir Gillians trying to make that outside or inside line work, but the outside seems to be the prevailing line so far when it comes to these side-by-side battles, especially this one for the lead, and they're 3 wide behind him with the 1, the 24, and the 7. '48 car going down pit road. Just saw that. Right now, look at this fight. The 1 of Bullseye now electing to run that high line, but the 7 of 27 Purple. Here comes the 24 with a run. Slingshotting by the 1. And now moving himself up into P4. Meanwhile, look at how close the leaders have gotten. Right on each other's bumper. What a battle between these two. As it's only stage 1, but they're racing each other super clean. As we should expect to potentially see green flag pitting, as they believe will not be able to make it to the end of stage 1, given how many laps that there are. Look at this 24 car, JRC Indy. Now to the inside of the 3 of JFK's Cranium. He's scraping the wall. Not what you want to do. Got too high into the corner, and that allows the 12 to come through, and now he's side by side. 3 wide into 3. And what a move by Mudweiser, moving himself now into the 3rd position. Meanwhile, the 3 cuts the nose off the 3 to block the run. Now here comes the 24. Do we finally have a sole holder of the 3rd position? It seems like it right now, but the leaders continuing to break away from this pack. 24 looking to get inside the 3. How much would the outside line mean here? It seems to give them about half a car length. And they're fighting for the lead again in the front. The 19 tries to yet again use the bottom to get underneath the 9. Oh, they make contact. 9 in the wall. The 19 got loose and you won. And the funny thing is, both let up. And the funny thing is, the rest of the field has still not caught them. That's how big of a lead these two had. Now we're 10 laps from the next pit stop and 30 laps to go on the stage, and the 19 into the wall. He stays off the 9 this time. Allows him to get back to second, but did he give too much ground to the 9? Unknowing yet if he can stay in the draft of the 9. The draft now ever so important. This could knock him back to that hard-fighting pack behind him and leave the 9 all by himself. However, move Tristan Dobbs back to the lead. And we saw last season, these two were always near each other. And yet again, here we are in Las Vegas, and it happens again. And it does look like the 19 of Sir Gillian's has that draft again. So he'll be able to get back to the 3. Meanwhile, it looks like the field behind them has started to level out and straighten out. Trying to catch the rest of this pack. Oh, the 12 gets loose out of 2. Able to come back up in front of the 24. Now the question is, will they work together? And that answer is a no. The 24 chooses to go around the 12. Indy now to P3. And he will elect to run that high line through turns 1 and 2. Now as we see the 12 continuing to get loose. Oh, there's a car in the wall in the back. That's the 48 of Linear Engine 12. Hard contact with the inside wall. That might be it for his race. Too much damage. No caution. We stay green. What a battle for the lead this has been between the 9 and the 19. And now the battle seems to be starting back up again, as now the 19 uses the outside, gets the run, elects to stay behind the 9, does not try to make a run here. As now we are down to 8 drivers left after the hard contact and early exit of Linear Engine 12. Broke a toe link in the car, making that car absolutely totaled. But now the 24 and the 12 seem to be working together here, kind of like the same way the 19 and the 9 are. They'll fight it out through the corners, but down the straightaways, they'll be right on each other's tail. And now the 9 elects to come down early. He's doing the short pitting strategy, trying to keep that lead. We've seen that work in other races. Will it work here? This is one of the longer races that we've seen run in the past couple races, going back to last season even, in the Air Racing League. Right now, Sir Gillian's about a lap or 2 away from coming down pit road. We just saw the 24 JRC Indy. Will anyone else elect to come down this time? It does not. Oh, the 7 and the 3 are already down, along with the 47 of Outlaw. Now the 9 exiting his pit. So the 3, the 7, and the 47 all came down with the 9. The 19, will he be coming down this time? He's on the brakes, off the throttle and on the brakes. He will be coming down pit road this time, and so will the 12. Different strategies here. We're going to see where this all plays out. The 9 right now will be coming out of turn 4. The 19 coming out of his pits, and that is what the short pit has done. These two were nose to tail, and that's the 9 soaring off into turn 1, getting his lap back. Sorry, I lost track of where they were on the race course. But now we have to see where the 9 goes, so we'll stick with the 9 and see where they come out. There's the 24. The 19 now out of his pits. Will we see the 19? We do. Not up to speed. Here comes the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. How much? Look at that. About half a straightaway. Short pit got him, but he is on 2 lap lesser tires. Short pits to maintain the lead. The 24 now moves up to position 3, and the 12 will fall back to 4th. So the short pit early in this race seems to be one that the rest of these drivers will keep an eye on. But will fresher equipment prevail? We will find out. Because right now we have 19 laps to go. Plenty of time to see if 2 lap fresher tires will be enough to get it done. Now 18, coming to 18 and a half laps to go. As soon as they touch the back straightaway, the 24 now trying to get to the bumper of the 19. He might just be outside of that 19's draft. Right now, just running smooth through the corners. The 12 dropping back there to fit 4th. The 3 of the JFK's Cranium now will be riding in P5. And behind him is the 7, who is running in 6th. And we do have a little bit of a battle here between Outlaw and Bullseye, who was your second place, who started on the outside pole, now finds himself in 8th. Unfortunate circumstances have gone on for the 1 here in stage number 1. But now here he is to the inside of the 47 of Outlaw. He'll move that 1 car up to P7. And now we'll try to run down the 7 of Purple, who is next in his sights. But look at the lead. Lead, I believe, might be shrinking a bit for that 9 car. The 19 seems to maybe be closing in the gap. Looks about the same. The 24, though, is losing touch with the 19. Excuse me. So maybe that does mean that the 19 is closing the gap on the 9 car, Tristan Dobbs. What a great start, though, for JRC Indy. Using pit strategy, moves himself firmly into the top 3. Running pretty smooth right now, just trying to get to the end of stage 1. G27 Purple. You can see the 1 of Bullseye closing in. He is in the 7's draft. He has plenty of time. Whoa, Tristan Dobbs! Tristan Dobbs is coming back down pit road. I don't know if this is a scheduled pit stop or not, but moves Sir Gillian's now to the race lead. what an interesting turn of events. Oh, maybe there's 2 pit stops. Maybe it's a 2-stop mandatory. Can they make it to the end of stage 1? Some drivers electing to come in for a little splash and go. And this will completely jumble up the racing order. Hold on, I believe the 24, I'm looking at it right now, the 24 of JRC Indy might be your race leader. Hold up. I think that is what's going on. I think JRC Indy is the leader of this race. That's what it's looking like on my scoring pylon that I have right here. So that wasn't a battle for the lead. That was a battle to stay on the lead lap. Oh my, that would mean that the 12 of Mudweiser is actually running in P2. Oh, but he got squirrely out of 2 there. Loses about a half a straightaway on that 24. And I'm glad I looked down. And now, as I look at the 19, the question is, can he make it to the end of this stage on fuel? He has to if he wants to stay on this lead lap. And right now, he is cutting it close with about... excuse me. About 9 laps to go. Interesting. Now, about, I want to say 7 laps to go if I'm paying attention correctly, if the 24 is ahead. But what an interesting development this is. The 47, we just saw him get into the wall, ran it too high. Got the 47, scraping that wall through turns 1 and 2. The 9. Wondering where he's going to fall out in all of this. We will find out in a handful of laps. Right now, back to the fight for the lead. Try to keep fingering the buttons, but now he is closing back in on the 24. Now we're coming to 5 laps to go here in stage number 1. And we will have a battle for the lead as the 12 continuing to run down the 24. Mudweiser can see Indy right off his nose. And here we go, Mudweiser looking to make the run to the outside. The 24 lets him go around. And that will move the 12 of Mudweiser to the race lead. 24 falling back to the 2nd position. As that pass looked relatively easy for the 12 of Mudweiser. 24 looked to be having some issues going down the back straightaway. It allowed the 12 to get to... Then the 12 made quick work of getting around the 24. So Mudweiser now the race leader with 3.5 laps to go here in stage number 1. The 19 of Sir Gillians is not on, or is on the lead lap, trying to stay that way. And the race for the stage win It's now 3 laps left. Sorry, it might be fat-fingered buttons again. As I think on this next lap, we'll let the cars do the talking and we'll do a nice little crank her up session. What a beautiful sound these engines make going around this 1.5 miles as, whoa, the 24 cooks it into turn 2 as we're on the white flag lap here in stage number 1. 12 looking to protect the bottom. Comes back up the track. And the 12 of Mudweiser will hold on. And he will be your stage 1 winner. Okay, now hold on a minute. It was Sir Gillians in the lead. The scoring pylon had me all messed up. Sir Gillians is actually your stage 1 winner. From what I was looking at, it looked like it was the 12. But no, Sir Gillians is your stage 1 winner. Mudweiser comes home second. And third is JRC Indy. Bullseye will finish 4th. And Tristan Dobbs rounds out the top 5. I apologize heavily for that confusion. From what I was looking at, it looked like the 12 was in front. And the 19 was just trying to stay on the lead lap. Holy. And the good news is Sir Gillian was able to make it to the end of stage 1. The fuel window is looking mighty close, but he makes it through. And now it will be Sir Gillian's. Running in second, Mudweiser. With the faster pit stop, he'll start P1. The control car takes the green flag, and we're back racing in Las Vegas. Look at the run the 24 gets. The 19 with no help behind him falls from second, now back to third. The 9, your pole sitter, in the back of this train. The 19, who just won the first stage, now finds himself in third. And look at the 9, though. Here comes Tristan Dobbs. He's already up 3 spots. Back into the top 5 goes the 9, and he wants some more here while the cars are all packed up. Oh, the 19 in the wall! The 9 with the evasive maneuver almost collects into the 19 of Sir Gillian's. Now he's up to 4th position. And look at the 47 making moves as well. Now finds himself in the top 3. But not for long, as there goes the 9 of Tristan Dobbs to his outside. He's back up to 3rd. From 8th now to 3rd. The 12 and the 24 are going to enter the corner side by side. The 12 goes wide after contact with the 24. He makes contact with the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. 3 wide out of 2. And now here comes the 3 of JFK's Cranium. Now up to P4, and the 19 of Sir Gillian's will now fight to the inside of the 9. Unfortunate, the 12 and the 24. Indy and Mudweiser make contact. The 12 goes up into the wall, comes back down to the 9, who's now back in 3rd. This 9 car is unbelievable. And look at Sir Gillian's behind him. You see that front end damage too from the contact with the outside wall. Still has the speed in it. So we'll see what it can do with a little bit of crunch on the front. It's now the 9 up to P2, gets by the 12. Budweiser, though, not giving up without a fight. The 19 sends him into turn 3, but that 9's cornering speed. Tristan Dobbs has that car dialed in the corners. Budweiser, though, trying to close in. Meanwhile, Indy is encouraging the fighting. Because every lap these guys are side by side and racing in their mirrors, that allows that 24 car to break away even further. Oh my gosh, that 9 car. Able to get a good run out of turn 2 and able to just edge back ahead. But now here comes the 19. Oh, the 12. The 9 has a problem out of 4. And now look at all the ground. He's lost that. He has to make up again. Meanwhile, the 19 of Sir Gillians now moves into the second spot. And now he will look to run down the 24 of Indy. The 9 of Tristan Dobbs coming back through the field again. The 12 of Mudweiser still running in P3. But how patient will the 9 be? Look at the lead, though, that 12 car has. That 19 just can't do anything with his draft. He's just getting a little bit of a whiff, man. That front end damage you see right here from the hood cam just might be creating too much of a problem for him to get any good use of it. But now look behind that 19. It is the 9 of Tristan Dobbs back into P3. And look how tight the top 5 have gotten. The 24 is still out to a blistering lead. But now everybody behind him joins back together again. And how patient will these cars behind the 19 be? Feeling like they're being held up by a slower car. The 9's going to jump to the outside, or at least look to the outside. Wasn't able to make the move there. Had to let off into turn 3. That gets the 12 of Mudweiser the run to the outside. Elects to stay back and stay with the 9 as the rest of the field looks to close back in to the 24 JRC Indy. Amazing. An entire group of cars cannot catch this 124 car. You start to wonder if it's time to switch the lead pack, or the leader of the pack, to someone who might just be able to be a better pusher than a lead car. But right now they're electing to stay with it, and it seems to be working. The 24 getting reeled in ever closer to the cars behind them. You see, that's what the 9 is. You heard him let off there. He wants to be behind the 19, to push the 19 to the 24. And then once they reach that 24 of Indy, then the battling can resume. Once we're on the straightaways, we're friends. Once we get to the leader, no longer. interesting moves. And you see that gap every lap just shrinking more and more as we are now closing in on green flag pit stops here within the next 5 or so laps. That will play a factor too as we have 23 laps to go here in stage number 1. Oh, the 9 cuts across the bumper of the 19. That'll affect the way this works. The 9, look at the run he's got on the outside. Oh, Sir Gillian tries the squeeze job, but the 9 is through. Tristan Dobbs up to 2nd. Sir Gillian's now going to try and fight him on the inside. Can't make that work. Now, what can the 9 of Tristan Dobbs do to get to the 24? Doesn't have that front end damage that the 9 or that 19 has. And how about the 3 of JFK's Cranium? Quietly sitting back here in 4th, running his race. Slowly collecting himself to get within a shot of the top 3. And the 12, the Mudweiser, who was running in 2nd, now back here in 5th. But you can definitely see the 9 is doing a little bit better job at closing in on the 24 of Indy, as we are within, if not coming to, green flag pit stops, within a lap of. Not coming down yet. They should be coming down this time by. Not many drivers can make it past this lap. So who will we see come down pit road? Oh, the 24, the 9 made contact. The 9 sends it in. Everybody's going to come down except for the 7, a G27 purple. He and who else? And the 1 of Bullseye elect to stay out one more lap. Purple 27 lets off the gas and is now on the brake. He will be coming down this time by, and we expect to see the 1 do the same thing. Bullseye stretching the fuel to its absolute limit. Trying to make it so that way he can get to the end of this stage. Is right now we see not many people having issues on pit road, but you see the 19 comes out at way ahead of the 9, who came down on the bumper of the 24, and look at what pit road has done. Put the 19 just about as close as he was coming into the pits, as we see the 1 car now on pit road, and here comes the 7 coming out of his pit. See where he rejoins the field. But Tristan Dobbs, about where he, or not Tristan Dobbs, sorry, Sir Gillian's, about where he left off, picked up right about where he left off before those green flag pit stops. Just about in the draft of the 24, but look at the ground that the 9 of Tristan Dobbs lost. Insane. He was on the bumper of Indy, your leader. And you start to wonder if he just lets off a little bit so that way he can get to the 12 and maybe have a partner to help push him to the lead. Because now the 1 car, Bullseye, comes out. Has 2 lap pressure tires, but little bit farther behind. You'd think that the drivers in the back would try a short pit to improve their track position here and try and steal a couple of stage points. We will see. The 19 still closing in. 15 laps to go here in stage number 2. You can see lap by lap, just like it was before the green flag pit stops, lap by lap. The drivers behind the 24 inch closer. Could we be seeing an excellent stage 2 finish? No threat of running out of fuel with the drivers that came down pit road. So that is out of the equation. Which I believe we should be coming to 14 laps to go. They go into turn 1. 13 laps to go, my bad. Good thing I double checked. It's now the 24 car slips wide. The 19 of Sir Gillian's back in front. But the 24 is still on his bumper. Indy wants the lead back. Slipped up in one corner. That's how much ground you lose just by letting off here at Las Vegas. And you see it now move the 9 of Tristan Dobbs ever closer. Still not able to catch the draft yet. However, once these two potentially start getting racy, that could reel the 9 in. Right now, the 19 protecting the bottom, the 24 letting stay with Sir Gillian's on the bottom. But now, here he goes, takes a peek. He is there. They're going to be side by side going into turn number 1. This is just what the 9 wants to see. They stay side by side out of turn 2. 19 with just a little bit of a run. The 24 comes up for the side draft as they go into turn 3. Race from the roof cam just to see this side by side battle go on. What a job by this 24 JRC Indy. And look at that, just a little slip through turn 2. And that gave the 19 all the run he needed to get the 19 in front of the 24. And the 9, surprisingly, closed in maybe a little, but not as much as I would have thought. Now about a second and a half off of the leaders. Is now we are under 10 laps left to go. We have 9 laps to go. As the 24 is still trying to find a way around the 19. Not quite yet, though. Sees what that 19 of Sir Gillian's can do. Oh, tries to stick his nose underneath the 19. Unable to get there. The 19 of Sir Gillian's will hold the lead. Indy gonna have to try again here. Lets off at the start of the corner. Tries to get a run through the corner. And you see how well that paid off. He's closing right to the bumper of Sir Gillian's. Oh, just unable to get his nose out in front. Backing up the corner. Seems to be proving very effective. Didn't really work out that time, but through turns 3 and 4, he had a really good run on Sir Gillian's. And the 9 not closing in enough. Goes through the dirt, kicked up by JRC Indy. We have 6 laps to go here in stage number 2. 24 sizing up. 19 is Sir Gillian's trying to figure out when he can make his move, and right now seems to be the time. But look at the run. The outside line gets when you're right up against that wall. It's about a half a car length you can get on the driver that elected to use the bottom. 24. JRC Indy trying to just edge out the 19 on corner exit. Able to do so. Can he do that here as they come out of 4? The 24 skimming the wall. Gets a run though, and now is to the inside of Sir Gillian's. The battle for the lead is on again. Now we have 4 laps to go. Sir Gillian's just using the outside line so well to stay in front of JRC Indy. Now we have 3 laps to go here in stage 2. The 9, you can see him cutting every corner, running the middle lane through turns 1 and 2. Through the tri-oval, damn near putting that car in the grass. Don't think he'll have enough time though to make it work. Oh, the 24 and the 19 back side by side. Sir Gillian's and Indy fighting again for the lead, and Indy not having a good 1 and 2 up against the wall. So now we are coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go here in stage number 2. What will we see that 24 do for a stage 1? He will run the high line. He will be on the nose. He has the run. Oh, but he's up against the wall. Now with the 19, but it's going to be Sir Gillian's just edging ahead of the 24 of Indy. What a finish to stage number 2. And the 19 wins the stage here at Las Vegas. Didn't see him do a whole lot of that last season. He's having a good start to this season. Won a stage at Daytona. Now wins a stage here in race 2 at Las Vegas. With the 9 finishing in 4th. The 12 of Mudweiser. And JFK's Cranium will round out the top 5, stage number 2. Now we get ready for the grueling length that we're about to see in this final stage. What will happen on pit road? We saw drivers lose the lead on pit road under the yellow at the end of stage 1. What kind of shakeups will we see? Oh, the 19 elects to fix that front end damage, as you see, and that drops him all the way to 3rd. Mudweiser and Indy, your front 2, and Indy with a terrific start. No side-by-side for that 24 into turn 1. But he will get it going into turn 3. Mudweiser will leap to the outside. Both of the front 2 have drivers behind them. Sir Gillian's goes with Mudweiser, and Tristan Dobbs goes with Indy. What a fight for the lead. Look at the push Tristan Dobbs is going to give Indy going into turn 1. Gets him high. That gives Tristan Dobbs, the bottom. But the 12 with the help on the outside with Sir Gillians. Can Tristan Dobbs finally get that number 9 Mountain Dew Chevy back to the front? Had an amazing first stage, but then calamity struck in stage 2, and he's been fighting his way back to the top ever since. But look at what the help on the outside does. Sir Gillian's able to push not only the 12, but himself ahead of the 9. And now the 19 with a brand new front bumper, it looks like, looks to make the pass for the lead underneath Mudweiser. So now we're 2 by 2 again from first to fourth. And this stage will be in the 48 laps. So we might expect to see 2 green flag pit stops here in this stage. Potentially. Cannot confirm nor deny, but yes, 48 laps to go. Oh, look at the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. Looking to shake things up. Looking to take it 3 wide into turn 3. Elects to play it safe. Backs out. Here comes the 1. Also at the back of this picture, the 1, your pole sitter, a bullseye. Oh no! Has to take evasive maneuvers. Car's going wide. Oh, and there's a crash. The 1 coming back on the track ahead of the 3. And that will bring out the yellow. The first caution of the day. We saw the 1 having to take evasive maneuvers out of turn 4 with cars going everywhere. Cuts through the grass, comes back up through the field, loses control of the car once he hits pavement. Into the outside retaining wall, collects the 3 of JFK's Cranium, last week's winner. All the cars looking to pit here. As it will be Tristan Dobbs on the outside of Mudweiser to start, or to restart this race. The green flag is back out. And not the best of starts for Mudweiser. Did not get the jump to get ahead of the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. And now at a turn number 2, he will inherit the race lead completely, as it looks like we have another racer out. It is the 47 of HMBR Outlaw, having engine failure that takes him out of this race early. And now here comes the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. Looking to put the 9 back to the lead. However, cannot get away from the 12 of Mudweiser. However, now is cleared. And engine number 9 is back in the lead again. And what a gutsy move by the 24 of Indy to cut the nose off of Sir Gillians to stamp himself back to P3. Gutsy move, could have caused another yellow, but doesn't. Now Sir Gillian's looking to get around that 24. However, the high line looking to prevail again here, and will. With the 3 of JFK's Cranium looking to make a run with the 24. As the battle for the lead is not over yet, and we see the 1. 1 car of Bullseye now on pit road after just coming down under yellow. Ooh, the 7 makes an aggressive move, and the 3 gets into his bumper and sends the 7 into the wall. Oh, the 19's around, collects the 7. 2 cars collected. And that brings out another yellow flag. Cautions, breeding, caution. Sir Gillian's having such a good run. But another car goes through the grass, comes back on the track, and absolutely cooks it. And look at that front end damage. See it from the hood cam. On that number 7, look at the front end of that car. And the 1 just came off a pit road. Where will Bullseye cycle out as the rest of the drivers? Oh, he elects to go down and fix that front end damage. Finds the time to do it. I thought he was going to stay out and inherit the lead, but chooses to come down and fix the damage to his car. It's now the 9 of Tristan Dobbs with a terrific run into turn 1. And look at the ground that 19 has to make up. And look at that. He goes 3 wide into turn 1, and he makes up 2 spots in 1 corner. And now looks to get to the inside of the 3 of JFK's Cranium. And now we're 3 wide again, this time for second. Here comes the 24 of Indy. And JFK's Cranium, who was just running in second, now finds himself in 4th. The 19 and the 24 are still side by side as they go into turn 1. Now we have 35 laps to go we're coming to. And look at Tristan Dobbs. Out to the race lead. Now Sir Gillian's, who was just in second, now is back here in 5th. And look at Indy, right on the bumper of the 9. Look at the run he gets. Oh, stays with the 9. Elects not to make that move. So the 12 had to let off to get behind the 3. That allows the 19 of Sir Gillian's through. And with that run, elects to try to get to the outside of the 3. And into the outside wall goes the 19. And all that ground he made up is now gone. Now here he goes to the inside of the 12 to get back to 4th. Now the 19 looking to get by the 3. JFK's Cranium getting help by the 12 of Mudweiser through 3 and 4. So now the 24 and the 9 continue to stay nose to tail. The leaders are seeing exactly what they want to see behind them. No coordination. There's the 3 looking to make the run to the outside of the 19. The longer these drivers behind the top 2 continue to fight amongst themselves, the farther away the top 2 get, as we see the 12 having to go into the outside wall to keep from spinning the 3, and now the 19 has lost his help, or at least for the time being has. We are about 12 laps away, give or take, from the first round of green flag pit stops here in the final stage. Just look at them, the 24 and the 9 playing it absolutely by the book, saying nose to tail, not fighting each other, letting the pack get closed up to them, separating themselves as much as they can. Right now, Sir Gillian's back there in third, about a second off the leader. Now we see the 24 go out of line. He can go out of line. Right now that gap staying about a second. Gains about a 10th there. That's about it. Slow and steady going. But with the 24 falling off the 9 a little bit, that allows that 19 of Sir Gillian's just to catch a hint of his draft and close him back in, as now the gap is 8/10, 7/10 to the car running in second. So the gap to the leader is closing, and the gap from third to fourth only expanding. But you can see it from the nose of the 12 of Mudweiser that gap is in fact getting smaller, and Mudweiser through the grass lets off to get the car back right, and look at all the ground he lost. About 2 to 3 spots from that whole ordeal. The 24 going way low. Now Sir Gillian's having an issue as well. Well, we saw the 12 have an issue, and now the gap from him to the 9 of Tristan Dobbs, about a second and a half. And about a second from him, 2 seconds. As now we have a yellow. It appears that the 7 had problems again. And the 1 potentially. The 1 now has damage. The 1 and the 7 having a coming together and bringing out the yellow, which will bundle this field back up. Could we see drivers elect to stay out? But later in this race, these cautions go. For more we might see some aggressive strategies come through. We do not. But we are back green at Vegas again. The 9 of Tristan Dobbs having another one of those restarts where he just breaks away, and look at the 24 of Indy right on his tail again. But this time the field is right behind him. How will things square up once their fighting is over? We will see, as now here comes the 3 of JFK's Cranium to the inside of the 19. So going to turn 1, we have 21 laps to go. So if a yellow were to come out here, the drivers, or at least, it might take one more yellow flag stop. Then I say, because you usually get about 20 laps on a full tank. So with 21 to go, you'd still be about a lap short, so you'd still have to come down under yellow. But that also might mean these drivers have to come down pit road one more time if it stays green. So that could throw a wrench into things. Because these guys can make it to about 2 laps to go on the tank of fuel that they have. A lot of varying strategies could happen here, and look what we see again. The 24 of Indy and the 9 of Tristan Dobbs breaking away from the rest of the pack as Sir Gillians, who is right there in third, now finds himself at the tail end of this train. The 3 of JFK's Cranium, looking to get that 3 back up to the leaders with the help of the 12 and the 7. As you see him now form that train. The 19 of Sir Gillians losing touch with the top 5. Might try some pit strategy to regain that track position, but it's definitely going to be a heavy loss once that green flag pit stop comes. Now the 24 going side by side with the 9. They will be side by side, or at least it looked like they were going to be side by side as they came out of 2. But they go back single file. You see what losing out on a side-by-side battle could mean. About a car length or 2. The ground that you have to make back up again. But look at how much ground they still have over the top 3. This could just come down to a battle of these 2, but we still have the green flag stops. That could throw a wrench into everything. You could pit late, like with about 3 laps to go, just to take a quick splash, just to get you across the finish line. Just so that way you're in and out of pit road as fast as possible. Or will you come down about 5 or 6 laps to go? No idea, but we're gonna, well, yeah, I have no idea. We're about to find out, though. Right now, the drivers cross the line, completing yet another lap. Going to get a lap count here. We have 14 laps to go. And look at this, the 7 of G27 Purple. I just saw him make the pass. He's through to third. The 12 now falling off of the top 4. He's now lost the draft of these 2. The 3 now willing to push the 7 to see if that can help them make up the ground to the 24 and the 9. Oh, but the 7 goes way too wide. Out of 2. Too much into the corner, and that is not what you want to see. Now we go back to the leaders. There's a race now, or at least 4 right now, is between these 2, Tristan Dobbs and Indy. And now here we go. The green flag pit stops have started. The 7 spins. Able to collect it back up and get right in behind the 3. Drivers electing to stay out. The 1, the 19, the 12. All stay out. However, Purple, Dobbs, Indy, and Cranium all coming down this time. These drivers could be trying the other side of this strategy, going to about 2 laps to go, just so they can get a quick splash and go to come out ahead of the 4 drivers that just came down. Is right now the leader, and I can confirm this time it is the leader. The 12 of Mudweiser is your race leader. Still can't believe we had that huge hiccup in stage 1, but you know what? We're better now. It's been a minute. The off season was too long for me. Knocking the rust off he is. Right now, it's showing these drivers could potentially make it to the white flag lap, or with about, yeah, they'd have to pit with 2 to go in order to make this strategy work. I believe that's what they're doing. As the 24 is right on the bumper of the 9. These 2 cars are already lapped down, but with the fresher tires, can they make quick ground on the leaders? Now we see, here goes the 9 of Tristan Dobbs to the outside of the 19. That would potentially mean the 19 come down this time. Because I believe once you get past, you should just go down pit road, because that would mean the end of the strategy. You could still make the quick splash, but the 19 of Sir Gillians elects to stay out in full belief of the strategy he's on. Right now, Mudweiser in the catbird seat. 6 laps to go. There is actually looking like a chance, a very slim chance these drivers can make it to the end. They'll be sputting across the line. However, is a chance. We will have to wait and see, but right now, Indy and Tristan Dobbs doing what they've been doing for most of the day. That is staying hooked on each other's bumpers around this 1.5 miles. 12, you just saw him go into the wall. He's electing to let this run out, while Indy and Tristan Dobbs are hoping these guys run out of fuel and they can get back by them. They're now in potential fuel saving. We should now be coming to about 3 laps to go. Get the official lap count. It is 3 laps to go. Fingers are crossed. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit more than that for the drivers that have not gone down pit road yet. .7 seconds, though, the gap between the 19 and the 12. That gap has gotten significantly smaller. Here in the closing laps, the 12 probably in heavy fuel saving mode, trying to just limp that car to the finish line. Sir Gillians might be good enough to make it to the end. Right now, we are coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Las Vegas. Can Mudweiser hold on Does he have the fuel in that 12 car to make it to the end? Waiting to see if we hear him sputtering. He does not. The 12 will come out of turn 4 across a tri-oval finish line. He is your winner at Las Vegas. What a job by Mudweiser. Going into heavy fuel saving mode. Saves enough to get him to the end. And he will be your winner at Vegas. Tristan Dobbs has a very good points day, finishing in second. The one of Bullseye finishes third. Indy comes across in fourth. Tristan Dobbs finishes fifth. JFK's Cranium and Purple 27 finished 6th and 7th, a lap down. What a job. And good job by the 24 of JRC Indy to get back by the 9 of Tristan Dobbs in order to get the race win. But that will do it here. I want to thank you all for joining. If you like the absolute craziness that I brought to that like and subscribe button, definitely helps a bunch. But until then, we will see you all next time. Have a good night, everybody.